My wife is the kind of woman legends brag about. Give her 10 minutes and an empty table, and she'll whip up a salad, a scandal, and a statement hat. Sometimes all three at once. Coco Chanel herself would have knelt in respect if I hadn't been hogging. The front row seat as her biggest fan, Addison, Addie for short carries, that freak rare mix of brains and knockout looks that tilts any room's center of gravity straight toward her. She's forever ringed by guys. Co-workers, our friends, even the husbands of her friends on double date nights. She never crosses the line into sleaze, yet she can dance right on its edge like a circus tightrope artist, winning every goal she sets. Was I ever jealous? Nah, mostly I strutted around like I'd won the lottery, because in a way I had. Just walking beside her in Target made me feel like the Secret Service escorting a celebrity. When we first met, Addie was a rising star at Metro Short Insurance. 6 straight years of spotless sales and a multi-state branch rollout later, she got bumped up to regional sales director. Whatever she tackles, work files, weekend chores, or me, comes out polished. The house runs smooth, I'm kept semi-civilized, and her team worships her spreadsheets. Coworkers still gush about the day she debugged a monster Excel file with one hand while frosting cupcakes for a charity bake sale with the other. So when HQ announced a big quarterly summit capped with a blowout corporate party, Addie couldn't duck out. Part of the day's PowerPoint parade was literally hers. Plus, she had a to-do list better handled over cocktails. Everybody from the company, owner down to remote agents who'd never seen the office printer, was slated to show. I realized this was code red important a week out when she dragged me through 3 malls searching for a dress that screamed, "Respect me at 9 a.m. and remember me at midnight." She made me hold her purse outside the fitting rooms while firing off. FaceTime polls to her sister about necklines. D-Day hit on a Friday. I clocked out early, suited up as Uber husband, and ferried her to the Orchard, a sprawling hotel conference restaurant complex just outside the city. Metro Shore had basically rented the joint, presentation hall, banquet room, and enough suites for every out-of-towner. Corporate balloon arches framed the entrance, branded banners flapped like political posters, and waiters in black vests drifted around the courtyard canopy station. Addie hopped out looking like a Vogue cover, silver blonde hair twisted into a sleek chignon, a black sheath dress that somehow managed to be both office proper and sinfully hot, sheer stockings with lace tops, and stilettos you could stake vampires with. A whisper of Dior perfume followed her like theme music. I watched suits swivel their necks as she passed, part pride, part primal panic, but mostly pride. She kissed my nose, standard send-off, then laughed. "Don't wait up, babe. This thing will run past midnight. I'll grab a cab." I saluted and drove home, daydreaming about leftover pizza and PlayStation. Midnight chimed, and chimed again at 1, then 2. Her phone went to voicemail, no surprise. A champagne fountain was probably drowning the ringtone. By 2.45, I gave up, figured she'd roll in exhausted and crash instantly, and let sleep drag me under. At 3:45 a.m., I snapped awake. Gray dawn leaked through the blinds. Something or someone was yanking half the comforter away. I sat up to pull. It back and froze. Addie was sprawled beside me, still in her dress, one heel off, the other heel maillé, purse and phone dumped on the floor. One stocking sagged to her knee, the other was clutched in her fist like a trophy ribbon. Hair once, shellacked perfect, and now did an impression of cotton candy after a tornado. Worst of all, beneath the indecently hiked hem of that dress, no underwear. At all. Look, I get that a lace thong isn't exactly easy to spot in low light, but fully vanished? That set my brain straight to DEFCON 1. Instinct screamed, shake her. Awake like Felix, shouting at Oscar, but nicotine negotiations came first. I chain-smoked half a pack while pacing the apartment, hunting for the missing garment like a bloodhound, I found nothing but the framed Employee of the Quarter certificate she'd gotten that evening still sticking out of her purse. The irony was thick enough to spread on toast. By the time Addie groaned back to consciousness, I vaped through half a can of coffee and all my patience. Images kept looping, different settings, same grim punchline, my wife cheating. When her eyes finally focused, I fired the question point blank. She blinked, rubbed her temples, swore her head was splitting, and said she remembered zilch after the awards toast, not exactly reassuring. Once caffeine hit her bloodstream, fragments surfaced. The formal session, the applause when she got her plaque, the DJ's first dance set, even winning a dumb sack race contest and scoring a lollipop prize. But from there, blackout. She couldn't tell me where her purse ended and her memory quit. Rage and jealousy hammered behind my ribs. For the first time ever, I didn't trust her. I demanded she call her work BFF Megan on speaker. Addie looked mortified but punched the number. Gyral, good morning. Megan cackled through the phone. I'm wide awake reliving last night's circus. Addie grimaced. I leaned closer. Megs, seriously, what happened after the banquet? You don't remember? Meg whooped. I'm the one who hauled your drunk butt to my car. Drove you home, dragged you upstairs. You owe me a chiropractor? Weight slid off my chest for a nanosecond. Megan continued. Addie had been nerves on stilts during her team's reports. Teared up when she got her own award. Barely touched dinner. Sipped maybe half a flute of champagne. Then the DJ traded Sinatra for party hits, and someone handed out shots of Sambuca, apparently. My disciplined exec wife discovered she liked licorice firewater a lot. Fueled by Sambuca, she launched into an epic rant about corporate heartlessness toward a stray mutt she'd nicknamed Ranger. The dog had been guarding their office lot all fall, and Addie wanted the company to build him a proper doghouse. Corporate refused. Cue righteous crusade. She even pulled up his photo on her phone and passed it around like a proud mom. When the DJ's playlist ended, folks started inventing their own entertainment. That's when Addie climbed onto a chair and announced a charity auction. A piece of her wardrobe, right here, right now, highest bid buys it. All proceeds go toward Ranger's deluxe digs. With a shimmy worthy of Vegas, she unhooked her lace panties, spun them like a bullfighter's cape, and tossed them into the cheering crowd. Bits flew, phones filmed, hashtags were born, chaos reigned. Megan, seeing the train leaving the tracks, whisked Addie away before someone tried to buy the whole dress. Auction outcome, unknown. But someone filmed the stunt. She texted us the video. We watched in stunned silence as drunk superhero Addie shouted, "Do it for the dog," while whipping underwear overhead like a victory flag. Addie buried her face in her hands. "Fire me now," she groaned. I flashed the entire hierarchy, my staff, my boss, everyone. I wanted to laugh and cry simultaneously. At least the scenario didn't include another guy. Just one woman, too much Sambuca, and a noble, if nudity-based fundraiser. Addie paced, spiraling about resigning when her phone lit up. Incoming call, Mr. Blake Carter, CO. She squeaked. Hit speaker, Addison. Did you misplace something last night? Carter's voice was dry as desert air. Because I've got a proposal. We can sell your garment back to you for the same amount your fans shelled out at 2 a.m. Addie squeaked again, mute. Here's the thing, Carter went on. The auction officially closed after you bailed. The winning bid for 30 square inches of lace is enough to cover a custom insulated doghouse, a vet trip, a city pet license, and half a year of kibble. So Monday. I expect you to execute the purchase order, sign the adoption papers, and pick Ranger's name. Anything but boss, please. Also, your asset is locked in the secretary's safe for pickup. He paused, then added with a chuckle, And Addison, next time you run a fundraiser, leave the wardrobe intact. We'll match the donations anyway. He hung up, silence, then I exhaled. Addie managed a wobbly smile. Well, she whispered, mission accomplished. Guests in love and dog welfare, all's fair, even underwear warfare. She laughed, half hysterical, half relieved, and I finally let myself laugh too. Because yeah, my wife may be unpredictable, but she sure knows how to close a deal.